All right, y'all, what's going on, man? Week 2 matchups is here, man. Let's go ahead and talk about it. Let's rap about some of the top matchups of college football this upcoming weekend. So I'm doing this post early for y'all. I know last time I did Saturday. I'm doing this on Friday, so I'm going to have this out tonight. Let's get to the nitty gritty. All right, y'all. See, I know the first game, man. Michigan, Oklahoma. Let's get it. I'm torn on this one, man, because I like Michigan. I like Justice Hayes. I'm not trying to buy too much stock in what they did last week, only because of the opponent. I know Oklahoma defense is going to be ready to go. Norman is a tough place to play, y'all. Like, it just is. And it's like, is Bryce Underwood ready? Is he really that generational? And it's like, I don't want to sleep and choose John Mateer, who I like a lot, in Oklahoma, and then he come in there and he set it on fire. And I'd be like, yo, I should have went with my gut with Michigan. So I'm torn, bro. I ain't gonna lie. Help me out down in the comments. But my gut might be wrong, but I'm going with the gut. I'm going with Bryce Underwood. I believe in him. I believe he's going to have that primetime start similar to what Lamar Jackson was able to do in his Heisman Trophy winning season. Now, that's not to say that he's going to win a Heisman Trophy this year. That's not to say he's going to be Lamar Jackson-esque in college. It's not what I'm saying. I just think his debut is going to mirror the same things of how he just encompasses and he just gravitates the college football world to his play. I think this is the game he does it and surprises a lot of folks. So I'm going with Bryce Underwood. I'm going with Michigan. Big upset win, an elite game. When I say elite, I'm talking about elite. 31-28 victory for Michigan. All right, next up, you got Illinois versus Duke. Should be a pretty good one. Darian Minson showed you he ain't playing no games. Playing a way better opponent than week 1, against who they had. But a really good team at home. Trying to pull off the upset. Noon on ESPN against Illinois. Luke Altmaier, we know about Lafferty. He had a really good game. Only, I think, less than 10 carries, 109 yards. Altmaier only had 4 incompletions. He looked good. Should be a pretty good game, man. A really slept-on game between two really good teams who should be able to, at least by bare minimum, get 6 wins this year. Nonetheless, I'm going with Illinois' road victory over the Duke Blue Devils. I'm going to go 25-20. Big victory for Illinois. All right, now we got the middle game. Rocco Becks looked good this year, y'all. Going up against Iowa, right? Iowa has a pretty good football team. Good win, obviously, in week 1. Tough test on the road. I don't see Iowa State losing at home. I think they got too much. I think this is the year they make some noise in the Big 12. I got Iowa State defeating the Big 10, Iowa at home. I'm going to go with a victory of 21-7. Big victory for Iowa State. Now, next up, you have a pretty big game coming up. SMU versus Baylor. Baylor's looking to rebound after that loss to Auburn. Sawyer Robertson and company, they let up too many yards. I think they do have a chance, and their defense is a little bit opportunistic. They can create some plays and some turnovers. Kevin Jennings has showed he's going to give you at least a ball or 2, potentially. So I think they can go in there and make some noise, man, against SMU. I think the Mustangs will win this game, but I do think this will be a lot closer than people think. So I'm going to go 28-24 victory over Baylor in a pretty good game back and forth. Now, we know how this game turned out last year between Ole Miss and Kentucky. Kentucky went in there and did what they needed to do, beating Ole Miss on the road when they had everything they needed to be a great opponent this year. Austin Simmons had a pretty good debut. They did play Georgia State, but they dominated that game going up against Kentucky and everything that they have going. Kentucky has a really good defensive front. I am going to roll with Ole Miss on the road. I think they get a big victory against Kentucky in a must-see matchup. I'm going to go Ole Miss 31-17. Now, pretty good quarterback play between these two teams, and you got obviously Missouri versus Kansas. Now, Kansas got Jalen Daniels, looked really good week 1. You know they're going to be able to run that rock as they always do. But I really like what Bo Prabula was able to do with Missouri. He's pretty much won that job. If I'm Sam Horn, I'm going to look to play baseball now. I don't think he's going to get that job back, end up hurting himself. He made that offense look good, and he was showing his dual threat ability as well. I'm going to go with the Tigers at home over the Big 12 opponent KU, and I think Bo Prabula has another big game, 300-plus yards, 3 touchdowns in this one, and slices and dices that Kansas defense. Missouri with a big-time dub, 38-31 in a shootout. All right, next up, you got Oklahoma State and Oregon. I don't think this one will be close. No disrespect to, obviously, the coach. Gundy, I think he does a really good job, but I don't think they have the talent to match with Oregon. Oregon's going to dominate this game. Dante Moore looked good in his first start. I got Oregon dominating Oklahoma State on CBS Network, or on CBS, I should say. 41-14 victory for the Ducks. Dominance all the way through. All right, now we got USF versus Florida. Should be an interesting game, but going to the Swamp. Now, if USF was home, you might be like, hey, man, maybe they can pull off a little upset. Maybe they can do some things. But on the road, in the Swamp, I don't see it. Now, I like the quarterback now. I like the dual threat ability of Byron Brown, right? 210 yards through the air, 2 touchdowns on the ground. Really good game overall for him. Beat a big time opponent against Boise State. But Florida's a different animal. DJ Lagway, we saw Vernon Brown third go crazy with that one-handed catch that he had. That team's just loaded. Jaden Ball has established himself as one of the top backs in the nation already, and we're just about to enter 2 weeks in. I got Florida. Florida just flexes their muscle a little bit in this one. They scored 38 points to 21. USF tries to keep it tough in the first quarter. Florida pulls away, dominates the rest of the game. All right, next up, let's go Arizona State versus Mississippi State. Mississippi State had a big win week 1, right? This would be a big upset win for them, beating Arizona State. They'll do a lot for their confidence in the team, and they're rebuilding. They are. They're rebuilding. So for that, them rebuilding, I'm going to go with Sam Leavitt. I'm going to go with Kenny Dillingham. And I'm going to go with Jordan Tyson and Arizona Sun Devils to win that one. I think it'll be a hard-fought game. I think they will get the edge in the fourth quarter. I got 35-28 victory over Mississippi State. They survive in a big-time matchup. Last but not least, you got Vanderbilt versus they don't like to be called that, but Virginia Tech. This one's interesting, man. Now, I ain't going to lie. Virginia Tech got some dudes on the outside that can make some plays. But Kyron Jones got to be better, man. That's just not going to cut it. And they got to protect him better and run the ball better. It did not look the best against, obviously, South Carolina. But I'm going to roll with Vanderbilt on the road. I think this is a year they continue to do their things with Diego Pavia. They can run the ball. They got Eli Stower. They got pieces all over, man. I got Vanderbilt, big victory. I think it's going to be a tough year for Virginia Tech. 41-17 victory for Vanderbilt. Flexing their muscle a little bit, showing that they can still be a power, or they can be a team that can be a contender in the SEC this year, and they dominate Virginia Tech. So there y'all have it, man. Those are my thoughts. Those are my predictions. Week 2 premier matchups. I'm going to post this tonight, y'all, at 7 p.m., man. So y'all definitely stay tuned for that on all my social media handles. Check it out. Week 2 matchups. Those are who I'm rolling with. Comment down below. Who do you have coming out on top in these matchups? Did I get any of them wrong? Anybody different you will roll with? Let me know down in the comments.